Hello and welcome to the program. I'm your host, Cheese Puffs and Gravy. And before we start, it's cheese puff time. There we go. Oh, wow. I really need to get better at that. I'm not very good at transitioning from the talking to the eating of the puff. I always screwed up some way. But, you know what? You'll have this in life. And if you notice, I'm talking with my mouth full and chewing at the same time. Let's see Jay Leno do that. Skill, baby. All right, today's program is about a family member of mine. I have a daughter, and 1 year ago, she was a normal 12-year-old girl. Sorry, I got like puff residue on my fingers here. She was a normal 12-year-old girl. She liked going outside. She liked the sun, the wind, the rain. Liked to swim, liked to do all kinds of things outdoors. And then slowly, when she became 13, there was a character change, a personality shift, if you will, and she became a different person. Now, people said, oh, it's because she turned 13 and 13-year-old girls, no, they change. And I thought, yeah, it's probably true to a certain degree. But then the quirkiness got more and more obscure and bizarre. For example, take a look at this. Disturbing, isn't it? Yes, very. And this kind of behavior is evident on a daily basis. And it gets stranger and stranger. And I thought to myself, what is causing this? Why this drastic behavioral change? And I thought, well, maybe it's drugs, but it's not drugs, not a drug thing. And then I thought, well, maybe she was dropped on her head. You know, maybe a severe head injury that I wasn't aware of caused her to behave in this irrational manner. But I asked my wife, was there any kind of head injuries I'm aware about? But that wasn't the case either. So it finally hit me one day what it is. Around the 13th birthday, she encountered two very lanky, tall British men that came into her life, and they changed it forever. Their influence, their character, their personality has had an effect on her. And these two men, I have a book here. Let me show you. This guy, Dan, and this guy, Phil. These tall, rather British individuals. And the book is called The Amazing Book Is Not on Fire. The World of Dan and Phil. Now, who these guys are, I'm going to put this over here. These guys are YouTube celebrities. They have about 47 YouTube channels, and ranging from playing games to making cookies to changing sock colors and all kinds of weird stuff. And my daughter watches their channel, and her whole life has changed. I mean, this book, for example, when this book came out, I mean, it was a nightmare. We had to pre-order it. We had to go pick it up the day it came out. It was a freaking freak show. And then around Christmas time, she asked her mother for a duvet. Mommy, can I have a duvet for Christmas? Now, what the hell is a duvet? I have no clue. Here I find out it's like a condom for your comforter. So you shove your comforter in this thing, and it's a color, whatever, a pattern, and you it's, I don't know what the hell it's for. If you have a comforter, it should be nice the way it is, but you can shove it in this duvet and make it look different. And I said, Cassie, why do you want a duvet? And she's like, well, because Dan has a duvet. Dan being this guy here. Thanks for the duvet, Dan, because putting that comforter in that goddamn thing was a pain in the ass. Jesus Christ, what a nightmare. I mean, the hole on this thing isn't as wide as the whole width of this thing, so you gotta like kind of shove this comforter in there. It takes like, it sucks, basically. It blows. So we had to get her that. And now, from watching these guys on a daily basis, she never leaves the house. She stays in there forever. So the one day I take her outside, and I'm going to go to the store, and it's really sunny outside, and she goes, Dad, what's that big yellow ball of light in the sky? It's burning my skin. I'm like, honey, it's the sun. And she quickly ran into the car and covered herself under a blanket. A couple days later, took her to the store again. It was not sunny that day, but it was a little breezy outside. So she gets outside, and a gust of wind comes by, and she hangs on to a lamp post and screams, the hurricane's coming to take me away. Please help me. And I said, it's only a breezy wind. It's not going to kill you. And so I had to get her out from the lamppost and shove her into the car and take her to the store. So, I mean, this is your fault, Dan. This is your fault, Phil. Dan and Phil. Phil and Dan. I mean, however you want to say your names. You made her afraid of the sun. You made her afraid of the wind. Do you know how much counseling it's going to take to convince her the wind's not trying to kill her? I mean, we're talking years here. Years. So, I mean, these guys are insane. Just let me open up the book here for a second. There's a page in here I was leafing through before. And apparently, Phil breeds hamsters. And then if you turn the page to the other page here, it says why Phil can't have a hamster. So he's breeding them over here, then he can't have them. So I'm not sure what's going on there. I'm pretty sure these guys are eating the hamsters. They're cooking them in some kind of weird shish kebab with little hamsters on them, the stick, and they're putting them on the grill. Disturbing. So my suggestion to you, Phil and Dan and Phil, I don't know how you say your name, Philly, Danny, Philly, is to stop the YouTube channels, please. No more. Just loosen up the grip on these children. You're corrupting their minds, because, frankly, oh, good Lord, I dropped something. I will have to resort to a cheese puff attack, and let me tell you something. You don't want that to happen, because have you ever been pelted with a cheese puff at 2 miles an hour? It's not pretty. It can leave a very orangey, cheesy residue on your forehead, which you will need a moist towelette to clean off. So think about that the next time you want to have another YouTube channel to warp these kids' minds with, for God's sakes. Oh, I almost forgot. We had to get her tickets for the Dan and Phil, The Amazing Book Is Not on Fire. Of course it's not on fire. It's a book tour, the book tour, and she had the meet and greet tickets. So she's going to meet these guys. So I might just have to show my puffs of cheese and show them that I mean business. So Dan, Phil, Dan, Danny, Philly, Phil, Dan boy, watch out, because the puff attack is right around the corner. Pink Puff Boy. Be careful. It's not only you get attacked by these things, you can eat them too. You have a good day. Bye.